Good morning, everyone. Just getting started here a little bit. I have put it to low latency again, so if you are noticing that the quality is bad, let me know and we can go back to normal latency, but at least it shortens the delay between me talking and you seeing it, which when it's something like 30 seconds makes the chat kind of weird for me. But let me know, and let me know if my sliders look like they're in the right place. But we'll get started in a couple minutes. Yes, I am indeed Dwarf Commoner. I'm sure it'll be fine. Let's see, okay, we're started. Let's bring this up. Ugh. Okay, 1 second. See, this is why we start early, because it can be kind of finicky. Oh. There we go. Okay, so now we can actually do this. Good morning. Okay, off we go. Oh, dreams.
You're awake. Did you feel it too? It was like the archdemon saw us. Saw us. What does that mean? I think... Wait. Did you hear that?
I'm sure that's fine. Oh, I guess I remember this. I forgot about that. This ambush. Indeed shriek.
I guess it's like Duncan once said. We can sense them, and they can sense us. We'd best be more careful from now on. This camp isn't safe any longer.
You know, I think that's one of
should be built around the camp.
How unnerving.
I think that's one of the few times that we actually pay that off.
Some assassins.
Should we do a talk to everyone before we go to Orzammar? Okay, we'll do that.
You are a true warrior and worthy of respect.
Jail.
Yes, its adventures are interesting, even if the chances for success are remarkably slim. It would be better to throw oneself off a cliff, I suspect. Does it wish me to leave? I can, though I see no reason to go. No doubt. Without me, it would have to carry its inventory on its own. Perhaps we should continue. Its chances of success are small enough without further dawdling.
Stan.
You called. Speak, then. I misspoke. They are not beasts. Beasts learn eventually. Mages? Is there some reason you insist upon discussing this? I applaud your attempt to pursue knowledge, irritating as it may be. Can we move on? Very well. Then I suggest we move on. Does it matter? Very well. I caged myself. A weak mind is a deadly foe, as you are no doubt aware. I came to your lands with 7 of the Beresad, my brothers, to seek answers about the Blight. We made our way across the Ferelden countryside without incident, seeing nothing of the threat we were sent to observe. Until the night we camped by Lake Calenhad. They came from everywhere. The earth beneath our feet, the air above us. Our own shadows harbored the darkspawn. I saw the last of the creatures cut down, too late. I fell. I am told no others survived. I don't know how long I lay on the battlefield among the dead, nor do I know how the farmers found me. I only know that when I woke I was no longer among my brothers, and my sword was gone from my hand. I searched for it, and when that failed I asked my rescuers what had become of it. They said they found me with nothing. I did. I knew they didn't have the blade. They had no reason to lie to me. I panicked. Unthinking, I struck them down.
Dun dun dun.
That sword was made for my hand alone. I have carried it from the day I was set into the Beresad. I was to die wielding it for my people. Even if I could cross Ferelden and Tevinter unarmed and alone to bring my report to the Arishok, I would be slain on sight by the Antam. They would know me as soulless, a deserter. No soldier would cast aside his blade while he drew breath. I'm sure that comforts the farmers. If I knew where to look, it would be in my hand now. Near Lake Calenhad. Perhaps those words are empty, but thank you all the same.
Give people gifts. No. Okay. I can't. Okay, let's do a quick tour. What we got Morgan's ugly hat.
I await your command. We are in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any. I am here because Flemeth commanded me to aid you. Why? Do you wish me to leave? I can do so if you prefer. Are we? Then why do you ask such a question?
Oh, Morgan. Boo. Elster,
What do you need?
clean up your face.
Yes, me too. And And I got the feeling at the end there that it saw us, was aware of us, whatever you want to call it. Could have just been my imagination, I suppose. What do you think? You know how some people want to be right all the time? Me, not so much. I guess one thing is certain, at least, isn't it? It's official. This is a blight.
They just figured that out? Okay. Didn't we have dreams before? Liliana.
I was just thinking about what happened to the elves, and I'm reminded of a song sung to me many years ago. It was when my mother died, and this wise elven woman comforted me and told me that we shouldn't fear death or hate it. Death is just another beginning. One day, we must all shed our earthly bodies to allow our spirits to fly free. It's a beautiful sentiment, I think. One that brings peace and hope to the grieving.
No, I don't really remember. This is actually really impressive cinematic design. I mean, unfortunately, it really shows off the 2009 models with the close-ups, but the long shots are really great. They're desperately trying to get the lip syncing to match, and failing. I mean, I think that we were trying in DA2 and DAI to make the roles a bit more clear. DAO is, you know, basically D&D with no clerics and the serial numbers filed off. Wait. I just realized that the way I just realized how I do gifts. Okay, let's use that. I don't remember this thing. How do I use it? Okay, I guess we won't. Unless I used it. No. Morgan. Nothing. Alistair. I've done the hand puppet. Doesn't actually work, does it? No. Alistair, we got anything? Nothing. Liliana. These are just the usables, not the actual gifts. They do have, oh, I see, we've got can I not?
I shall treasure it.
There we
Thank
go.
you.
Shale. Does Shale hate the pet rock or love the pet rock? We will skip that one for now. But I don't think... Yeah, like it doesn't actually go to him. Okay. Then let's do it.
Ooh, shiny.
Definitely Herbert. I think that's all the gifts I can actually give that aren't just the usables. This isn't actually... Yep. Yep. All right. I think it's because we're in camp. I think it's because they can't use them because they're not actually in the party. That would be my guess as to why it's failing. But I'm not sure.
Have you encountered many
Where'd your hat go?
abominations apart from the ones in the Circle Tower? Ah, yes, Connor, of course. The first time I saw an abomination, my blood turned to ice.
But you're an
Months
abomination.
before the nightmares stopped.
Willers.
It was the knowledge that I could easily become one of them that frightened me the most.
It's the ones that aren't working aren't the gifts. They're the usable gifts. I think that's the problem, but I could be wrong.
One slip. All it takes is one slip, and everything you are is simply gone. Replaced by madness. And there is no turning back. Or at least that's what they say.
Yeah, in later games we suppressed visual effects during conversations, probably for the best, because I mean I'm also have weird glowing stuff coming up of me.
Of late, I have begun to wonder if there is any way an abomination can be cured. Or if a mage could be so possessed and still retain their sanity, their humanity.
Why do you wonder that, Wayne? I wonder. It's such a strange thing to wonder.
Yes, it is madness and cruelty that define abominations. If those are lacking, if the mage remembers the person they truly are, then they are not an abomination. I never saw that. Thank you for showing me another way of looking at it.
Yay, win. Who may not talk to? Zevran.
I've a question, if I may. Well, here's the thing. I swore an oath to serve you, yes? And I understand the quest you're on, and this is all very fine and well. My question pertains to what you intend to do with me once this business is over with, as a point of curiosity. Oh, what's this? I get ravished once all is said and done? What a dirty little mind you have, my friend. I'm impressed. But you're also distracting me from the point. I said I would serve until you released me. One simply assumes that once your Grey Warden business is finished, you would have no need of an assassin to follow you about. Am I wrong? I'm sure I could come up with a few more if pressed. It is good to know what my options might be, but that is for another time. For now, we have much to do, yes?
Oh, Zevran. That was everyone, yeah? I think I already sold all my loot. Let's go. Morgan, Wynn, Alistair.
Yes.
Oh, I should have equipped all those. I might just actually do this. Because I'm carrying them around. I should put shale. There. Here you go, shale. And as long as I'm doing this, let's go just quickly sell that stuff. Oops, this is not. What is that over there for? Where is... Oh, do I not get the... Is he hiding? No, because we had to fight? Fine. Spooky.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, let's keep going. My hair is basically white. I'm not 49. Game development is basically magic. So there you go. Everyone come with me. Let's all go up here. Oh, not actually targeting me. That's a terrible tactic on my part. Yeah, that's sort of deserved based on that terrible. Based on that performance. start.
Just die already! Die!
Oops, two more. Yeah.
Begin the onslaught. Cross me and you shall pay.
I will fight if I must.
Oh, that's shield cover. Oh, that's shield bash. Okay. You can tell I've been manually controlling the party mode at 0. No, we're not done. Oh, yeah, we are done. Okay. Idiot.
Yes.
Let's do some looting. Even though I probably don't need anything else.
And I'm off. All right.
Should you cast on me, Win? The reason I don't take a rogue is I'd rather have 2 tanks. Yeah, there's. I mean, it is very annoying that you can't open up all the chests. That's really what bothers me more than the traps. Yeah. Oops. Why are you guys carrying all these lyrium potions? You just left this death root here.
All right.
Oh, got my healing potion back. You good? Oh, no, one more guy. Ah. Okay, let's go.
I fell. For a moment there, I thought I thought it was all over. Everything. I will explain everything when we are back at camp. Now is not the time.
What is happening, Win? Is your spirit coming out? Okay. So weirdly, because I got lost on the way to, I remember where. Got lost on the way to somewhere. We already did the beginning of this. Well, there is a merchant here, isn't there?
You heard about the revolt in Oswego?
Got put down by the region.
Can I interest you in something?
Yes.
I've got the finest selection of previously owned armor and weaponry this side of Val Royale.
Great, let me,
Of course. And remember, Everything's covered by Farron's 24-hour lifetime guarantee.
I would like to sell these, and this, and this, and this, and this, and frankly, this. I should have put those on somebody. Oh well, no one's a blood mage. Oh wow. Why did these... You're right, the gifts were being weird. Some of these... Or were they mixed in? Oh, they were above the shale equipment. That's why I didn't notice them. Oh well, okay. Fine. Good enough. This guy's still here from before. Oh, good, an entry kit. That's useful. Just leave him. Ooh, those are some steep steps.
You've done me a service. That fool Imrek was barking for a week. Are all humans so touched? You are free to enter Orzammar, Grey Warden.
Great.
Though I don't know what help you will find.
Hey, I won the proving. Remember me? Oh, no. It's not. I shouldn't bring that up? Okay.
Atras follow, Warden. Fair journeys, Warden.
How magnificent. These must be the statues of the dwarven paragons.
Now that...
Where's my sister?
May the ancestors protect Ranka, wherever she is.
May the ancestors look kindly upon you.
No, you should always just drink random bottles of things you find in dungeons that are thousands of years old. You would think I already knew what paragons were, but fine. Just pick them up. Because you do get XP for...
Bread. Please, sir. Just a bit of bread.
Sure, here we
Spare
go.
a few, for the love of paragons. Please.
I don't think that there is dynamic day-night. There are different... I can't actually remember what we do in this.
Did you speak often with Kaelin?
You're asking me if I have a relationship with my brother, aren't you?
Going.
Yes. I wonder what he thought of you.
I don't think he cared much about my existence. I didn't mean anything to him. Anyway, to answer your original question, no. We never spoke. Well, maybe once. Marek and Kaelin had come to Redcliffe to visit the Arl. I was very young then. We were introduced. I believe I said, "Greetings, Your Highness." He said, "Ooh, swords," and ran off to the armory. So, yes, that was the extent of our relationship. We drifted apart after that. Very sad.
I've got these treaties. Come help me. Oh, you've got a problem too? So surprising.
It is the Assembly who makes a king, and a king who nominates his successor. None of it is carried in the blood.
Or, as now, when someone tries using the Assembly to pull a coup. Who's to say what my father said in his final hours, when the usurper Harrowmont was the only one by his side?
I'll have you thrown in prison.
You've bitten off more than you can chew!
Handlers, separate these dashers in the diamond quarter. I will not have Balin incite a riot.
You not speak that way about the man who should be king!
I mean, I'm not really too inclined to save this political system.
What do you need?
Oops, I need nothing, Alistair. I need you not to get in the way.
Going.
What is going on?
Vieta! I have enough crime without some castless carrying weapons in the city. Your actions risk pain of death. Name yourself.
Yeah.
Warden. You? When I heard they accepted a brand, I thought it was a joke. Surfacers and their cloud-addled heads. Fine, oh illustrious Grey Warden. What do you want? Surface problems. Well, we have no king to hear you. You can join the shouting at the assembly in the Diamond Quarter if you want. Bunch of Desher lords bickering over sand. Balin, Harrowmont. Is one so different? No paragons here.
Nope.
They've caged themselves for fear of each other. As you've seen, keeping order down among us working people is dodgy. No place for a proper lord. Balin speaks through his second, Vartag Gavorn, in the Assembly. Lord Harrowmont speaks through Dulin Ferender from his estate. Are you sure you're still a dwarf? Ancestors have
I had all that
patience.
sky
Raka could hear this. Well, I wouldn't be standing in dried blood. If you must be our warden, at least know us. Go to the Shaper of Memories in the Shaperate, the true bright spot in the Diamond Quarter.
Fine.
You have little faith in your own city, Brand.
That's true.
Excuse me, Warden, but this isn't Dust Town. The tavern is open and the market is busy. Orzammar has suffered worse. The ancestors will see us through.
Goodbye.
Yes, you should.
Definitely want to immortalize you. What do we got here? Farmers, tapsters.
Welcome to Jannar Family Armorers. I assume you have some kind of dispensation to let you wear all that. Many apologies. I had to ask. So, what can I help you with? I stay out of politics. It's not good for a smith to get the attention of those who grant vendors licenses. Lord Harrowmont's a fair man. My father did business with him, and he always paid on time. But the Idukans have served us well. If it is the ancestors' wisdom to keep them on the throne, I cannot change it. Of course, keep in mind we also take items on trade.
Do. Do you have a backpack? No backpack. Ooh, tier 7. Ooh, you still have stuff actually better than what I have. Well, some of it. Okay, but not now.
Ancestors guard my son. I'm sorry. Did you have an offering for the ancestors? I can move aside. I don't have much to bring them.
Where's my sister?
My name is Vilda, widow of Turok of the Smith caste. I pray here every day for my son, Rak. I only wish I knew whether I should be asking for his safe return or for the ancestors to accept his soul. It was 5 years ago. He was only a youngster. He joined a Deep Roads excursion, the only smith to go with the warriors to repair their arms. He was so proud, but he got separated somehow. When they came home, he wasn't with them. How? There is no way except to brave the Deep Roads yourself.
That's what we do.
Warden, so you could do it. Only wardens face the Deep Roads without a company backing them. Oh, thank you. The ancestors finally heed my prayers.
Take heart, good widow Hilda.
Here, just
We'll do our best.
just write it in this book
find me
with
as
all
soon
these
as
other
you
quests that
return.
I'm not doing. Let's go into
What is that spell?
Dwarven
Yes.
bomb.
downstairs.
If you want to drink in here, Brand, you'd better have the coin. I'll know if it was stolen. Ugh, so that explains the steel you're wearing. I was about to call a guard. I suppose you're the one from the Proving. Well, welcome to Tapsters, and hope we can serve you. So you come to Tapsters? I guess you're not asking for anything official, or you'd be at the Shaperate. But I can certainly give you a mole's eye view.
Okay.
A Grey Warden is always welcome in Tapsters.
Told him I don't understand why the Provings aren't open to everyone. I mean, it's how the ancestors show their favor. Do they really need our help to decide who's worthy? And then he practically slapped me.
Why?
Lord Dennick Helmy, honored Desher of the Orzammar Assembly, and terrible disappointment to my esteemed mother, who doesn't like me spending time in taverns. So I'm curious. You've been living on the surface, right? Does it function any worse than Orzammar for having abolished caste? Very good. I guess someone already told you I was good for nothing, drinking my life away at Tapsters. Or did they leave off at greatest shame to ever fall upon the Assembly? I've always liked that one. You know, most smiths and tavern keeps would make decent deshers if we gave them a chance and a seat in the Assembly. Orzammar are so mired in tradition, no one bothers asking if the castes are even necessary. The Assembly passed laws prohibiting the casteless from holding any job a legitimate citizen can do. Of course, they turned to crime. What else can they do?
Yeah, well.
As you wish.
I really shouldn't be talking to strangers.
So.
Sit down, have a drink, enjoy life.
Okay, let's get out of here. Cameras are kind of having trouble with the area transitions in Orzammar, aren't they? That was interesting. You were
Maker's blessing on you, brother.
okay. Sure.
Ah, it's a great pleasure to meet a fellow believer. I'm Brother Burkle of the Red Cliff Chantry, returned to my ancestors' land to spread the chant of light.
Even in the very bowels of the earth, we hear no end of this chant.
And that is something to rejoice in, good sister. I'm petitioning to open a chantry in Orzammar. Never mind. The Shaper of Memories has refused me so far. I thought perhaps with another advocate. Well, if you have a change of heart, let me know.
Okay.
Maker's blessing, brother. I never expected to see you back. Is there something you seek?
Sure, I'll talk to
I
Shaper.
can see the
Why not?
Maker's hand on your shoulder, guiding you always. Please let me know as soon as you've heard anything.
Why not? Okay. Merchant. Do you
A brand in
have
the
a
commons.
backpack?
And outfitted like a topsider, no less. Good. Let people see castless have a purpose. The more cracks in the old way, the better. That's what Balin stands for.
Does he?
Not your business, but I see where the gold is. He's the traditional pick, yet he wants a new way, whether some like it or not. Just as many say Harrowmont. Neither are paragons. And the scales being equal, I go with the promise of more trade. Can't find ore without splitting some stone. My investments are solid, I'll be fine. The Assembly has done us a favor. They've shown just how loose the sand is under our feet. It opens people to change. Orzammar will decide what we can or can't be. Blight may be imminent on the surface, but our warriors are well seasoned against dark spawn. There will be topsiders left for trade. There's no end to them.
Okay, fine. Let's see.
I'll take your gold. You're good for that.
Do you have a backpack? You have gold earrings. Alright. You got a bunch of gifts, do you? How much money do I have? Oh, tons of money. Sure, let's buy these gifts. And what do you got? Is this any good? That's fine. No backpack. A. But who is it a gift for? Where are they going? Oh yeah, they're going up here. Oh yeah, so I gotta go back to camp and give all these gifts out, because I totally missed them. The special gifts were at the bottom, but... Okay. Oh, that's a for later thing. Oh, how much... Okay, yeah, that uses up a bunch of space, but... And where else we gotta go? Sure, let's go down to Dust Town. Don't you know who I am? I, like, killed your boss at the beginning when I was level 1. Now I'm definitely not level 1.
It's your time to die.
Just standing there.
Let's do this quick.
Your life must be tough if you're just gonna, it's just like, yeah, you're fighting to the death, I'm just gonna hang
That's a lot of blood.
Who are you? You don't look like any guardsman I ever saw, and that's not much of a uniform.
This is the marketing armor, come on.
Then shouldn't you be off killing genlocks? Or at least sweeping through the Diamond Quarter to carry off someone's firstborn? And bring the guardsmen running? Thanks, but I was just leaving.
Boo. Wow, 1 second. I gotta get rid of this guy. I think it's a bit easier to pull off the Blood Dragon armor, honestly, in Mass Effect, because you've got sort of some better lines to work with. Okay, there we go. Okay, we got rid of spammer. We gotta reassemble all of this. Okay, we're back. Really have to start running in a window properly so that I can do that more easily. Oh, that's not the door. That's a door.
And I'm off.
Alistair's shield.
What are you looking for? We got nothing to buy for the likes of you. Or maybe you wanted to sell.
What I want is a
Well, our business
backpack.
is kind of covert, if you know what I mean. It's illegal in Orzammar for me to engage in protected trade, but they look the other way if I share things with my friends. For money. Why don't you take a look?
Do you have a backpack? No. Buy all the gifts. I got tons of money.
All right.
Whoever you're looking for, it's not me, I swear. Shine your shoes.
Spare a bit for the needy? Have you a coin to spare, my lord? It's for my son. He's sick. He hasn't any clean clothes to wear or anything to eat today. Neither have I. Thank you. That a stranger would care so much when my own family barred me from their halls unless I'm willing to. But no! I can't bear to even think of it! My son's father is casteless, as is he. I used to be a minor, but my parents stripped my caste and refused to accept me back. Unless I agree to abandon the child in the deep roads and pretend I never bore him. I cannot abandon my baby. The Shapers teach that only children of true lineage exist, not those born casteless. They never carry the child. He cries like any other infant, and smiles when he's warm and full. I can't kill him because of an accident of birth, an accident I forced on him. I thought about that. They say there's no caste up there, that humans don't care about lineage.
No.
I've never met a surfacer, though. I thought it might not be safe. I'm not afraid of hard work, only of being somewhere with no chance to do it. If it gives my son a chance to live, I will go. Thank you, stranger, for opening my eyes. Perhaps I'll see you next in the light of the sun.
I completed a quest. What quest? I don't know. All right. Again, Alistair's time shield. Where's my sister? All right. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yes. Okay. Been there, been there, been there.
Excuse me, do you...
Dagna!
Oh, I actually was talking to your companions, or are you from the surface too? Oh, wonderful. I've been trying forever to find someone who really knows the surface world. I don't suppose you've heard of something called the Circle? Oh, my lady, it's an honor. I've never met an actual mage. Is it true you can manipulate nature's forces with your mind? Like you were born with lyrium in your veins?
Don't let the glamour fool you, child. Wielding magic is a dangerous occupation and a great responsibility.
I've been trying to reach someone there for years. I've sent missives with every caravan, but I never get a reply. I want to know if they would accept me for study. No dwarf has ever studied at the Circle of Magi. I guess you never read First Enchanter Caitlin's treatise concerning dwarfs and the non-heritability of magic. He tested dwarfs from 20 bloodlines and found they couldn't perform any level of spell casting, regardless of lyrium exposure or time on the surface. The Circle speculates that lyrium in the stone shields us from spiritual influences, and over time made us immune to them. I want to go to the Circle to study.
I assure you that desire will depart the moment you arrive.
I don't want to do magic. No dwarf can cast spells, but I don't see why I shouldn't study it. It would be a valuable exchange. Orzammar would learn of one of the great natural forces of the surface. And the Circle gains direct access to our knowledge of lyrium smithing. That would be wonderful. My name is Dagna, daughter of Jannar of the Smithcast. Tell them I've already begun reading the Tevinter Imperium's Verticum Kadab, and it's just fascinating. Did you know the Imperial Magister Lords once had genealogies of every human family known to produce a mage child? Oh, I'll go pack my bags right now. I'll be waiting by my father's shop.
Oh, Dagna. What is that actual quest? I don't know how I would do that since the Circle is basically destroyed-ified, but it is Dwarven Hermione. So the lore, like the magic sources in Origins are kind of a mess. So there's been an effort since Dragon Age Origins to kind of draw them back together. There was an understanding of why dwarves didn't have magic in Origins, so so kind of. I mean, I guess before we do that, do you have a backpack?
Greetings, and welcome to Garen Garrison's luxury goods shop. Wow, there are a lot of you, and I've never seen one of those before. The things they come up with. What was I saying? Oh, I was hoping you wouldn't notice. Most people don't anymore. Oh, maybe they're too polite to mention it. I had a little incident a few years back. Too much time with the raw lyrium ore, you know. Maybe it was a bad thing. I cut myself and the dust got straight in the blood. Since then, it's been a little hard for me to concentrate. Except when forging, then I'm straight as an arrow. Best work you've ever seen. Look around the shop. See for yourself.
Yeah, I mean that's sort of the problem is you've got lyrium, you've got the fade, you've got the blight, you've got blood magic. You've also got some other like just sort of genericized stuff where it's not explained. And so from my perspective, you kind of want to collapse that down. You either want magic to just be generally from everything, which a lot of settings do, or you want it to have a somewhat unified source or sources. So you can see that, yeah, like there's been as things have been slowly drawn into a more common metaphysical explanation over the last 2 games. That is an expensive dagger. You do not have a... I'm just buying all this stuff. Oh, but I could sell the extra crystals I have. I'm not gonna... Okay, I need to do those gifts. Oh, I haven't saved in a long time. These doors must be really terrible during rush hour.
I can't believe it. I heard a dwarven Grey Warden came to Orzammar and I couldn't help but hope. Look at you. My little brother, the returning hero. And with quite the unusual entourage.
That tone of voice is really weird.
Can you imagine? As of last month, I'm a royal concubine to House Iduken. They've moved Mother and me into the palace. You could fit our whole neighborhood just in the bathing room. I wish you could meet little Endrin, but they don't let me bring him outside the royal nursery. Little Endrin was born right before his grandfather died. His grandfather, the king. Can you believe it? My son is an Iduken. The future king of Orzammar spends his nights in my bed. Barat was a toad, but I have to thank him for teaching me to read, dance, massage, and whatever else Balin sees in me.
But...
That's a horrible, vicious lie. Balin told me all about it. Lord Harrowmont always favored Balin's older brother, the one who murdered Trian. Balin thinks Harrowmont set the whole thing up to frame him. Then he had the gall to whisper these things to the dying king. When the king sent him away, Balin cried for weeks. Tell me you don't believe these horrible rumors. Thank you. It's been a little scary, I have to confess. Some people are so angry with him. They'd come after us if they could. But this isn't why you're back, is it? All the news from the surface says terrible things are happening. Darkspawn attacks and a civil war among the humans.
Definitely siding with my sister.
And I'm sure the Assembly would agree if they weren't busy arguing the secession. I hate this. Until there's a king, the Assembly would let the world collapse rather than bow to anyone's better judgment. But
I can introduce you to Vartag Gavorn. He's Balin's chief lieutenant. He could help you
Do
if
it.
anyone could. He may be suspicious at first. Don't take it personally. It's been so hard to tell who's against us.
Rika, I'm at the Assembly. This is no place for a woman. What do you mean by this?
Vartag, this is my brother. He comes on behalf of the Grey Wardens with dreadful news.
Of course. I wasn't thinking. It would be hard not to notice the Grey Warden and his eclectic entourage. I hear you seek the aid of Orzammar's finest.
Yeah.
Ah, ancient documents indeed. These were signed in the reign of Eithnar Bimo, Paragon and King. That was 16 generations ago. Now the difficulty is that the treaty only compels our king, and we are sadly lacking one of those right now.
Yeah.
My prince is the rightful king, but a disappointing number of lords back the upstart Harriman for the throne. If you show your support for Prince Balin, he might be able to assist with your requests.
What do I need to do?
Harriman promised the same portion of his estate to two different Deshers, Lady Dace and Lord Helmy. Harriman can't possibly grant it to both of them, but they won't find out until after the vote is cast. I have copies of the promissory notes Harriman gave each of them. Once they see those, they should both reconsider their votes.
Seems easy enough.
Lady Dace doesn't leave the quarter much, but Lord Helmy's adventurous, likes to spend his time at Tapster's in the Commons. Remember, don't tell them you got these papers from me. You learned of them and drew your own conclusions.
Yeah, I just found them on the ground. Let's do it. I definitely don't want to keep things as they are as a castless.
I heard there was a Grey Warden here. I am Dulin Forrender, second to Lord Harrowmont, King Endrin's own choice as successor. Word is spreading that the surface may suffer a blight. It is shameful we are not in a better position to help. That may be, and that is a terrible risk for the surface. But even if the world would end tomorrow, Lord Harrowmont cannot ignore Balin today. He cannot afford to trust anyone of unproven loyalties.
How can I prove that I'm
That's
not
a generous
Balin?
offer. If you mean it, you might attend the proving today. The Deshers take it very seriously. And unfortunately, Balin found some way to blackmail or intimidate House Harrowmont's best fighters into stepping down. It would certainly make your loyalties loud and clear. Balin would never work with anyone who humiliated him in that way. Harrowmont would have no fear of meeting with you then. But I'm afraid your only choice is to wait until there's a winner. Lord Harrowmont cannot risk his life working with someone of unproven loyalties. If you change your mind, let me know. The proving is this afternoon, and Lord Harrowmont could certainly use you on his side.
Do. Yeah, I totally. I probably should have just said yes. Totally gonna help you. But, oh, not the palace. Where am I? Wait, how did I get? Oh, right, because she teleported me. I mean, can I just go to the palace?
So, how is it the dwarves have a king?
Oh, I want you. Do I just kill one of them? Oh, that's another doors. Or there, I'm king now. Table. Man, they sure are lax in the security in the palace.
Go.
Yum, yum, yum. Some roast snug.
And I'm off.
Alright.
More practice. Get that.
Oh,
Good on you, Warden. You caught them in the act. Going. Yes, desperate. Times drive people to strange things.
Indeed. That would be a very ineffective way to... Why is this not showing up as a... It was interactive.
Yes.
People! Wait, this is where I came in. Okay.
News of the hour. 2 more clans endorse Lord Balin as the new king.
Yay!
Change is inevitable.
Baby Dace.
What do you want? Are you one of those tiresome noble hunters? Neither my sons nor I are interested. I am. And what business would you have with me? Well, this isn't exactly a surface broadsheet. Where did you get these? Never mind. It is true enough, but there's nothing I can do about it. This deal was made on behalf of our entire house. Only my father can revoke it. He is leading a deep roads expedition, trying to secure an ancient tide. It's unlikely he'll be back before the election, but perhaps this vote is important enough for you to brave the tunnels to tell him? The Dace family would be in your debt.
Sure, I'll do it.
Thank you. He was searching an old Idukan site. He left me with this map, in case his expedition never returned. I'll give you a pass as well. Usually, no one is allowed past the front lines. Good luck.
What does it say for? Yeah, so not much. Then we gotta go. Do. How's Haremont? What if I just kill you?
Of the hour. 3 more clans endorse Lord Haremont as the true voice of the dwarf.
Oh no. Wait, is this you?
Do you see how things lie, Warden? Lord Haremont cannot trust you unproven, but he welcomes a good faith gesture. Not Terry. Proving starts this afternoon.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Oops. Hitting random keys. Locked. I can loot the palace, but I can't loot your house. You guys have better security. Just a noble city on the ground.
House Harrowmont is honored to have you here.
Oh, you guys lock your chests. Don't you trust me? Oh. Scroll. Oh, it's a really hard interaction point. There it is.
And I'm off.
There's one monopoly that controls all undergarment sales. It's the strongest force on all of Thetis.
You have come at a difficult time. Orzammar is ailing for want.
2 years tomorrow.
The actual truth is that we cut an origin. There was an origin for the Avar as well that got cut. So there were supposed to be two elf, 2 dwarf, 2 human, and then mage, but we cut the Avar for time. Okay, where am I? I'm doing tapsters. Tapsters. Don't forget that we have merchandise. There's a link in the description, as long as we're talking about clothing. I'll mention it, otherwise I'll forget. Upstairs. Yeah, I actually really like the idea of us having implemented at least one faction where you come up with the treaties and they're like, good to go, just let us get our stuff. That could have been the Avar as well, if we had done the Avar. There he is.
I wasn't expecting you back. I guess you realize this is about the only fun in Orzammar? Oh, well, I'd ask for proof, or why you care, but frankly, I'm so tired of it I'm not even surprised anymore. I don't even want the land, but my house would kill me if I turned it down. Responsibilities, you know. Now I'll have to go through the whole process of rejecting the deal. And we'll both have to try something else.
He's just...
I thought it was going to be a nice day.
Just so upset he has to do anything.
I don't know. I hear he killed his own brother. That's worse than crooked land deals, but the rest of my house may not agree. True. I have seen them together, and he does care for her. Perhaps he's more open-minded than I thought.
Where are you going? Okay. How are we doing? Nope. I just need to go to the deep roads. Oops. Yeah, the deep roads. We probably will not. Well, we're not going to try to finish the deep roads. Diamond quarter.
The deep roads are home to the Darkspawn now. Oddly, they're supposed to be safer to travel during a blight.
It's not that odd. They'll come to the surface.
Hey. Sorry, but I cannot allow you past the front lines without Adesha's permission. And I've heard nothing of any new patrols scheduled to leave today. I see you have his daughter's seal, so I will not stop you. But be careful. Just because the beasts have pulled back from Orzammar doesn't mean there are any fewer in the deep roads. Either we finally have the edge
doesn't mean that.
out, or the beasts are building up numbers for the next attack.
The surface? But I thought the vermin never went up that far except
during blights. Ancestors save us if that's what's happening. Of course not. Down here, you're bound to run into giant spiders, deep stalkers, and other vermin.
Nug kings. Yeah, lovely. Someone's mowing the lawn right beside the house. It's great.
A few outposts. Legion of the Dead, mostly. Fools that they are. Some scavenger types, too.
Okay, let's go.
Best of luck.
I know what deep stalkers are. That's ominous. Okay, that's where we gotta go. No, I haven't done the next Q&A. It'll be when we get to 10,000 subscribers, which is going to be a bit. Oh, the deep roads. Somebody. Genlock emissary. Oof. Ugh. That was friendly fire. Friendly fire yourself there.
Yes.
Okay, you deal with Valkim the Alistair then. Bees. I imagine the only way that Broodmothers would remain the same would be in a remaster. In a remake, I'm okay. That's weird. In a remake, I'm sure they would make I'm sure they would make changes. I would be very surprised if they didn't. But in a remaster, you can get away with a lot more.
Going.
lava. Okay, where did I come from and where am I going? Go to a lot. I think they would change their appearance. Also, they don't, like, there's been an effort to unify the look of the Darkspawn a lot more, so. There's the Broodmother in Awakening that's a bit probably, okay, what am I... Oh no, I gotta go this way. That was a pain. Oh. She did indeed. Ah, I didn't cleansing aura. Which she immediately casts. Oh yay, more visual effects, bam. You're never going to see Broodmothers probably in any form in the mainline games. Definitely not in the form that they're in Dragon Age Origins. I totally forget how this got going to Skull Fighter. There's a concept out there for male Zyre demons. I don't think you'll ever see a Broodmother again. Basically, you are remembering correctly.
I said some dark spawn.
that's the, I mean, from my perspective, that's the primary problem with the Brood Mother, is it's basically just it's very gendered. Or else we can keep that. Hey, Deep Stalker. Why did you take so long to wake up? Why am I not able to target you? There we go. 1 second. I'm gonna have to get moderators at this rate. It doesn't... There's only 13 people on here. Why are the spam bots coming for us? Deep Stalkers. More. Oh, yeah, you're right, 25. That changed very quickly. That's weird. Yeah, it is some dark stuff. Actually, there's a lot of stuff in Origins that's really making, not necessarily light, but overly light of a lot of topics. Oops. Oh, here we go. Save you!
Careful. I don't think that's the last. What is that? Yes. Don't give up!
An impressive number of things in this battle. Hey, I'll talk to you in a second. I just gotta go and see what's in this crack over here. Hey, do you have the key to this chest? Just, you know, I saved you, so... Oh, that's... Am I going to regret taking Cleansing Aura? Because she keeps casting it and spamming the entire planet?
You pulled us from a tight spot, friend. You have my gratitude. I am Lord Anwar Dace. I heard nothing of another expedition. What brings you here so fortuitously?
Just look at these papers.
I don't understand. What could... These are the terms of a deal we made with Lord Harrowmont, but... the charlatan. He's promised the exact same land to Helmy. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. I owe you twice now. My life and my house's fortune. I should not discuss such things, but it is definitely troubling. I don't think I could in good conscience support such a man. I must return now. My men need healing, and I want to look into this. You wish to travel with us?
Sure.
And let us reach Orzammar before more beasts find our scent.
I don't think Dragon Age needs to reflect those fears. Sure, let's go to the assembly.
Lord Harrowmont is a weak man, and he will be a weak king. Yes.
I don't see how the Broodmother is making you do any of those things. But in any event, I would agree that I think you are conflating two things that seem the same on the surface, but are not actually the same. But in any event, I guarantee you're not seeing Broodmothers in any future Dragon Age thing. I would be very confident in that statement.
Well, I hear there were a few angry messengers sent to the Harrowmont estate a moment ago. Your new brother will be pleased to welcome you into his house. Are you ready to meet Balin?
Let's do it.
I warn you, be on your best behavior, and keep your weapons sheathed.
Welcome to your new house, little brother. Myrika tells me you worked yourself all the way up from Dusttown to the Grey Wardens. Vartag says you've been a great help in my campaign to regain the throne. I haven't exactly picked an heir yet, but he is my son, and a son of House Iduken. He has the same rights as any sons of my wife's body, assuming he grows up as strong and as wise as his uncle. Traditionally, the king decides his successor. The assembly just says aye or nay. Kings have only ever selected someone outside their families if they were childless, or if their children lacked the capacity to rule, or, as now, when someone tries using the assembly to pull a coup. Harriman spent his life in the Assembly. He only knows how to lead through compromise and capitulation. That's not what Orzammar needs. The Darkspawn are massing for a blight. The land's topside have been torn apart. We need a strong leader now, someone who can stand up to the Assembly. Someone who will rule, not persuade. We both know that's all that matters. We need absolute unity to fight against the fulcrum of true evil.
Yeah, let's go.
Unfortunately, while this debate rages, I have no power to send the troops you need. You've seen for yourself, the city is a slaughterhouse. Criminals run lawless. I could never hold the throne if I allowed such chaos. You have struck a blow against Harriman already, and I thank you for that. But there is another faction in play here. Your sister told me you have a history with Jarvia and the Carta she runs. Your sister told me of your past run-ins with Jarvia. She took over Barat's Carta after you left, and expanded his operations remarkably. From what Rika says, I doubt Jarvia remembers you fondly. They know Orzammar is divided now and has no time for them. It's made them bold. If I show the city I can eliminate such a threat, well, let's just say my position would be stronger.
Well, I definitely will take her out.
I love how you jumped straight to the point. Yes, I want Jarvia dead and her Carta wiped out. It would boost my popularity to be known as the one who eliminated her. And I could promise you the troops you need. I would offer to help, but I imagine you know Dusttown far better than I do. And I will wait eagerly for your return.
Let's do it. Wait, where am I? You keep teleporting me around. I do think that lyrium will eventually drive a dwarf mad. I think that's established canon. I guess I have to go there to get to Dusttown. I literally don't remember my way around Orzammar.
Grey Wardens approve of Lord Balin's plan.
Sure do.
Rumors of Grey Warden demon worship circulate.
Hey.
Is Lord Balin supported by demon worshippers?
I mean, maybe. What is Win exactly? I mean, we put lead in our gasoline for a while, and that and that drives people crazy. So. Okay, Dusttown is that way.
Balin is corrupt.
After the
Let's
warden.
wipe them out
End
quickly.
this for Harrowmont.
How did that miss you all? Why did she ding? What did I get? When did that happen? There we go. Yeah, I would say that just because lyrium drives you mad doesn't mean that the dwarves will stop using it. It only slightly drives you mad. Certainly there are lots of examples from history of people continuing to use things that are very bad for them because they are convenient or cheap. Yeah. Oops. That people in Orzammar are just so used to random street violence that they just stand around when it's happening. Totally forget what I'm doing. Oh yeah, right. I gotta go to Jarvia's hideout. Gee, I wonder if it was that.
Well, chew me up and swallow me
Hey.
whole. I never thought I'd see you back here. What happened, Duster? You miss getting spit on?
Yeah, I've always wondered about dwarves. I mean, you're burning big fires in the middle of a cave and everyone's living together. Like, it does seem like you're gonna run out of breathable air pretty quickly, but...
And don't you sound all proper and fancy like. Is that to match the new steel? So what are you doing here? Not crawling back to die in the deep roads yet, right?
Don't put the question in the chat because it'll get lost. Just put it onto the post. Otherwise I'll lose it. Or put it somewhere where it won't get lost.
Jarvia didn't waste a day. Apparently killing all possible competitors was her way of mourning. She made some kind of deal with Barat's family topside, claimed to be his wife, kept the whole lyrium trade flowing. But Endrin's death really opened new ground. All of a sudden, guardsmen were all busy in the Diamond Quarter. Jarvia moved right in. Bad idea, my friend. You know she and Barat were lovers. She still blames us for his death. I've been staying out of sight since you left, but I'm sure she's heard you're back in town. What do you want her for? Stone, no. You think Jarvia'd give me a hug and a kiss for taking down her lover? We even talked about taking over when he was gone. You think she can't smell that? So, seriously, Duster, why are you here? Look, she'd kill me if she knew I know this. But after Balin took Rika up city, the Carta laid claim to your old home. They put a back entrance in. It just goes to some storage tunnels, but there's probably a way into Barat's old estate from there. Now I better get out of here before anyone sees us together, but, tell me how it turns out.
Oh, that's why the house was open.
And I'm off.
Well, look what we have here.
Jarvia said you were looking for trouble. Congratulations. You found it.
Let's wipe them out quickly.
With Origins, not too much. The game was, when I took over, the game was largely design locked. There was content still being created, but not mostly levels and stuff. Most of the game design was done long before I took over.
Don't kill me! Sorry, ancestors. What do they teach you on the surface? You fight like a bleeding archdemon. I was just doing what Lesky asked. Said Jarvia gave the word to make sure you never left. He told us he'd get you here. All we had to do was take you out. You don't disobey Lesky, you know. He's Jarvia's top man.
Oh no.
At the base, I guess. With Jarvia.
Buds.
That's where he usually is.
Probably not the tentacle version for an archdemon. I could see that being created like as another monster or high-level boss, but probably not as archdemons, because the sort of dragon as being part of an archdemon is too intertwined in the lore at this point.
You have to understand. Jarvia knows where I live. I've got a little girl there. I tell you anything, she's the one who'll suffer. Really? Oh, thank you. You're a good person. How do they say it? The ancestors have shown their favor. Bless you.
Oh, right. The chest was already there. Chest. I should have keys. This is my stuff.
All right.
Wait, I wasn't. Okay, I was totally not paying attention. Oh yes, that's right. Conveniently close. Oh, thanks, Win, for casting visual effects spam. One thing with Mythal is that Kate Mulgrew's, as her stock has risen and fallen, her price has gone all over the place. So one of the, like, is Mythal going to show up decisions will be partially based upon on if she's priced herself out of the market or not. Though I think she actually was sad that based on the Inquisition stuff, so maybe she'd be willing to do it a little bit lower price. But I actually don't know, because is Orange is the New Black still on the air? She may be kind of... her price may have come down again. Hey, it's a doorman. Hey, I've got 4.
What's the password?
Yeah, this one. I'm pretty sure it's this.
Looks like we have a martyr, boys.
What? That was wrong?
You cannot win at victory. This is annoying. Hopefully you do not
Yeah, I mean, definitely you can see sometimes characters disappearing is because the voice actor was a pain to work with, or they became too expensive, or those are definitely factors, no question. Yeah, kind of. I mean, I think it's sort of, it's not on purpose, the elves. They just kind of, they kind of end up just sneaking into everything, it seems like. I think that, I think there's there's a recognition of the elves kind of being too, present.
Going.
I don't think elves are going to disappear. I just think that they don't necessarily need to. One of the things that's sort of constantly happened is that the stories end up kind of presenting the elves as they keep sort of having them make just the worst decisions. So I suspect there's a goal to maybe make them not do that, and then that would allow them to sort of rebalance with everyone else. It's also harder to get dwarves kind of require they're harder to integrate in because they're off. They're not just in a forest. You got to go in a hole to talk to them. So they kind of always are going to be less present unless you're doing something in the Deep Roads or in Orzammar. They got a Canary mercenary. Didn't remember that. You want to listen to that? Couldn't find my mute fast enough.
And I'm off.
Oh, do I have everything turned off again? Oh, I totally do. Oh no, wait. Whoops. Yeah, I do have everything turned off. No wonder I had so much stamina. I just didn't notice. Oh wait, I don't want Bloodthirst up though.
Ascending. Begin the onslaught. No mercy.
Right, man.
And I'm off. Going.
Okay, where are we? Still got to go down. Know that we'll see the architect again.
Time for more practice. Quick. Yes.
Thanks, Alistair.
Going. And I'm off.
Moving on advance. Chest locked. Probably, huh? Yep. Okay.
And I'm off. Let's see. What? One first.
Cursor. Always hard to kill off the protagonist. Always going to get people that are against that, but yeah, I can certainly see the argument for killing off the Inquisitor and Trespasser. You are in my way. Thanks, Win. Do you think there's a trap? Do you think there's a trap? Oh, there isn't this one.
Yes.
I just keep my bows in a barrel of bows. You know, that's the old saying. This was all revealed because of my origin story, isn't it? Hey, there you are. Well, Citadel is definitely, you're absolutely right, Citadel is definitely a, please stop being mad at us piece of DLC. Oops. Run into the door, the jail cell wall.
All right.
Nice. Yeah, it was definitely, I don't even know if that hit its profitability goals. It's funny, it's always a short bow in the barrel.
Going.
Or a longbow. Don't think a longbow would fit in the barrel, but stop standing right behind me.
Ha! Let's wipe them out quickly.
You could deal with that. Oh, another counter.
Yes.
You were probably supposed to be in previous combat. It'd be more likely we would be able to get answers to I don't imagine that there's going to be a ton of... it's possible. It's possible that you're going to see that sort of stuff in DLC, but I don't know what the live service plan is going to be for Dreadwolf, to be honest, because that was definitely has been in flux over the course of DA4, and that's I'm still stuck. Oh.
All right. Yes.
Yeah, you're good at it.
Yes.
Well, I mean, Mass 1's combat is definitely aspiring to be something it's failing to reach. Oops. Turned around. Save.
Now let's see. Wait. Which one first?
Invisible. An elven mercenary. Keep getting poisoned. Another bow. Oh, a shield. They jammed a shield. Yeah, we're going the right way. Oh, what?
If it isn't our little runaway, come back to finish the job?
What was I supposed to do? You were gone and Jarvia's pulling the strings. Not all of us got your opportunities. Go off, be a warden, rah-rah. I'd have shared a mug for it, sure. But I still gotta live here. Maybe you forgot with all that sun blinding you, but there weren't too many options.
Oh, please. Who do you think suggested going after you?
Leski's been licking my feet to get back in favor ever since you crawled out from under Barat's corpse. When he heard you were in town, he finally had a way to prove his loyalty. No? We'll see who holds the leash here. Leski, kill him.
That's gay.
Let's wipe them out. Not enough. Yes.
No mercy.
Nice try.
I'm going to wear your pretty,
Where'd you go?
pretty teeth around my wrist. To me, I need help. I am your dad. Oh, this will be fun.
All right, let's go. And I'm on. It's a gotcha.
All right, I forgot Morgan leveled up a while ago.
All right. Going.
Oh, that's key. Oops.
Yes.
It's funny that because there are no pretty teeth in Origins. They're all so awful.
All right.
See, I don't need to be able to find traps because I'm resisting them mostly. How good is that? Yeah. Oof. Memory's starting to fall apart a bit. Nope, nope. Okay. There's still a lot of Orzammar left. I think we're gonna have to stop pretty soon.
Ah! By all the beards of my ancestors! How did you... Where did you come from? You made a hole in my wall! It does? Oh, sod it. If people find out about this, my business will be ruined. They'll think I have something to do with Jarvia. How? Did you... You did, didn't you? You killed her. And then you climbed out of there into my shop. Oh, just leave me alone. I don't want anything to do with this. And if anyone comes asking, I'm gonna tell them you did it. You again. Here to buy something, or were you just thinking of wrecking another part of my shop?
I gave you all this free storage space.
Has she been bothering you? It's a whiff of surface stink, and she's like a cave tick. Won't let go. Do you even know what that means? If Dagna goes to the surface, she forfeits her caste. She'll never be able to marry or work in Orzammar again. Dwarves don't do magic. Dagna knows that. It's just a childhood fantasy that dies hard. Please, if you see her, send her back and let me talk some sense into her.
Also, do you have a backpack?
You again. Here to buy something? Of course.
Nope. How dare you? Wait. Oh yeah, that. Okay.
Yes.
Where do I need to go? No. I need to go to the Diamond Quarter first, right? There's a lot of walking in this plot. Hold on my phone. Do I need to do in the palace?
News of the hour. Lord Balin, unable to win own battles, relies on Grey Warden.
But I'm good at it.
Grey Wardens present in Orzammar. Endorsement of Lord Balin. A clear statement against the backward policies of Lord Harrowmont.
I don't think the Asari are much of a parody. Depends. You can always write less for them. If you can do it in one session, you can kind of afford anybody. It's a question of how much they're going to show up.
You've simply outdone yourself. They're talking all over the city about how someone finally went through Dusttown and slaughtered the Carta like Genmarks.
Oh, I'm not saying that they weren't supposed to be a parody. I'm saying that they don't. I'm saying they don't succeed at being a parody.
Everyone in Orzammar agrees. You have done the city a great service. I promise as soon as I take the throne, I will send the troops you need. I was hoping you'd say that. Killing Jarvia brought me greater favor. But to truly displace Harrowmont, we'll need something dramatic enough to end the debate forever. What do you know of the Paragon Branca? She is a paragon, girl of the Smith caste who rose to nobility for her brilliant inventions. 2 years ago,
well,
she
here we
heard of
go.
something the
Deep
ancients
roads.
created. It inspired her to leave everything behind and venture into the deep roads. She is the only paragon in 4 generations, and she turned her back on her responsibilities. A paragon is like an ancestor born in this time. If she returned, her vote would outweigh the entire assembly. Anyone with her support could take the throne unchallenged. I hope you will bring her back to endorse me as king. You have my thanks. Seek her in Caridin's Cross. I will try to delay the vote until you return.
This is probably a good place to... Well, I guess we'll get into the deep roads. No. Sure. I mean, that's the thing, is the Mass Effect races are, like, they are like Star Trek races. They're sort of all defined by a relatively small number of characteristics. If they're attempting to be parodies of those kinds of races in something like Star Trek, they are succeeding at doing that.
Be aware that the Grey Wardens have aligned with Lord Balin. Be not afraid to follow suit.
I don't think it's problematic. It's just it's hard to imagine that you are succeeding at making a commentary about it when you're just basically doing the same thing. Yeah, I mean, I guess you can use what's... I feel like if you're using what's in the codexes to talk about how well executed they are, then it's not coming through in the main game, if that's
Stranger,
what's required.
Have you seen a Grey Warden hereabouts? I hear tell that he, or was that she... You understand this was several flagons ago. Was setting out to search for Branka on the Prince's own orders. Well, if you're the best they got, then standards must have fallen way down. But I suppose that would account for that pack of surfacers you got with you. Say, could I ask you a favor?
Yeah.
Name's Ogren. And if you've ever heard of me before, it's probably all been about how I piss ale and kill little boys who look at me wrong. And that's mostly true. But the part they never say is how I'm the only one still trying to save our only paragon. And if you're looking for Branka, I'm the only one who knows what she was looking for. Which might be pretty sodding helpful in finding her. You should know that Branka was looking for the Anvil of the Void, the secret to building golems, which was lost centuries ago. The smith Caridin built it, and with it, Orzammar had 100 years of peace, while it was protected by the golems forged on the Anvil. As far as anyone knows, the anvil was built in the old Orton Tig. Branka planned to start looking there, if she could ever find it. All she knew was that it was past Caridon's cross. No one's seen that Tig for 500 years. If we're going, let's get moving. Branka's not gonna sodding find herself.
I guess we'll take him. Should I take him? Nah. Okay, then let's go. Okay, we'll get there, and then that's where we'll stop, I think, for today. Getting close to crashing, actually. Maybe we won't even make it through here. Oh no, we did. Okay. That is, I think, where we'll stop. Yeah, so I guess next time will be the deep roads. We'll hopefully we've gotten all of the Broodmother controversy out of our systems today, but I guess we'll see. It's hard to do Orzammar without having this conversation, I guess. And so, thank you. If you're interested, don't forget, check out some merchandise. And it doesn't look like we have membership gifting open on the channel yet. But maybe we will next time. So, thank you all. Goodbye. Well, goodbye in several seconds, because it will take me that long to get my cursor back. Okay, goodbye.